Welcome back to Advanced Cellotips. In this video I would like to give you some tools on how to create your own personal practicing method for the left hand. Although it's a well-known fact that our performance level not only depends on hard work or our capacities, but that it's often the way we practice which influence strongly the final result. Although it might seem comfortable to repeat a passage over and over until some improvement is reached, it is little creative and often leads to mechanical playing or repeating mistakes. I will now demonstrate two four-step practicing strategies, and I use Popper study number 6 and the number 31. To start with the number 6. The first step is to have a brief look on the content, on the technical elements that are involved. As you can see on the screen, we have a passage with semiquavers, for which we need a fast four-arm détaché played more or less in the middle of the bow. For the left hand, we need fast and fluent position changes. For this, I work on unifying body and arms and let all gestures be impulsed by the center balance point. As the tempo is too fast to play finger for finger, I concentrate on practicing whole hand placement. For this, I start with playing double stops. This is a good way to minimize your string crossing, to play smooth string crossing. In the next step, I use different rhythms, for instance a punctuated one. This is very effective to practice articulation of the bow, and it means that for the left hand that you have to change position in double speed if the position change falls on the little note. A way to get rapid and fluent shifting motions is to use a fast détaché, doubling each note. In the fourth step, the musical one, I add more dynamics, vibrato, and I play with a flexible tempo. In the following four-step strategy, I use the opening of the number 31 study of Popper to practice an often neglected element in our technique, that of gestures. My goal is to move my hand, to slide my hand in an effortless way, and I do that by unifying body and arms and let gravity do the work. The first step is to determine the exact shifting distance and to define the finger that actually performs the shift. The first interval is a minor third, it's performed by the third finger. The second interval, the F sharp to the E, seems to be a seventh, but if you have a closer look, it's the second finger, the G, that goes to the D, and then I have to let the third finger fall down on the E. The next interval is also the second finger on a C, which goes to the G, and then the same second finger goes from the G to the final D, and I let my third finger fall down on the high E harmonic. In the second step, which I call meditation mode, I use an extremely calm tempo and I move my arms in slow motion, quitting all tension. I unify body, shoulder and arms and let it come from the movements come from the center balance point. In the third step, which I call practice mode, I still use a medium tempo and I try to maintain the same weightlessness of the left hand. In the final musical step, I call that performance mode, I add musical elements like crescendi, diminuendi. I push the tempo forward towards the culmination point and I stretch that last shift, and I bring out the bass notes when descending. Having seen the video, it's maybe time to reflect or to watch it again. If you would like to have more cello tips, please subscribe to my website. And if you have any question or you want to get an in-depth explanation on one of the topics, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.